New at 4 in today's Community Focus. During the government shutdown, and really even before that, a lot of our neighbors found themselves struggling, and nonprofits were the ones who stepped up to help. So joining me to talk about the extraordinary work that's been happening is Nancy Wolanski, the director of the Alliance for Nonprofit Impact at United Way. Nancy, thanks for being here.
Thanks so much.
So the shutdown is now over, but the impacts, of course, remain. So tell me what you've heard from nonprofits during the last several weeks about the work that they're doing.
So nonprofits are working under tremendous strain right now. We have seen a constriction of resources that are available to them, both from government sources in Washington as well as here in the state. And with the increase in inflation, they're seeing, just like every home in Rhode Island, are seeing their expenses increase as well. And so working within that, they have still demonstrated incredible dedication to meeting the needs of Rhode Islanders. Rhode Islanders yourselves have also stepped up to donate, I know through the drive that you have done as well as others. And nonprofits are the front line of providing resources, basic needs in any crisis, but it goes so far beyond that. So as we look at really providing for folks who are homeless or people who need food, they also need to eventually get jobs. And so the workforce training programs have also lost funding. So it's a cascading effect that we really want to empower these organizations to be able to help people in the long term. And so that's where they're trying to work to meet this immediate crisis while also trying to give people the tools they need for success.
Absolutely. And it is Nonprofit Appreciation Month in November. And you and I have talked before about some of those challenges that nonprofits were facing even before the shutdown and especially now. So what do you want people to know about sort of the challenges and the struggles that many nonprofits are facing right now?
So in Rhode Island, we have almost 4,000 nonprofits. 2/3 of them have no paid employees. So they're completely volunteer-led. And so they are really dependent on their neighbors coming together with them, both as other volunteers as well as supporting them financially. And so as we look at Nonprofit Appreciation Month, this is the opportunity for us to step up and say thank you. It's really motivating to get a thank you note from a nonprofit that's helped you, whether that is a mentor for your child, a coach at the Little League, animal shelter who gave you your favorite pet. Those are all people who would love to get a thank you note. But also, they are understaffed and underfunded. And so any way that you can make even a really small gift, and particularly a recurring gift, even if you commit to $5 a month, for a very small nonprofit, that can make a really big difference.
And we've certainly seen the difference that a lot of nonprofits have made, especially during the last few weeks with food assistance. But as you mentioned, they're really everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when we think about nonprofits, we often think of them as the ones who help, the most vulnerable. We all can be the most vulnerable at some point in our lives, but also we depend as an entire state. Our economic development depends on nonprofits that provide half of the child care slots in Rhode Island. They also provide care for our seniors, and without those two types of care, we wouldn't be able to go to work. And when you look at the nature conservancies that protect our open spaces, when you look at the animal rescues, when you look at after-school programs for kids and arts and culture, our hospitality industry wouldn't exist without all of the amazing museums and theaters and cultural things to do. Even our tourist bureaus are nonprofit. And so when you think about it, we don't tend to tell that story about our economic well-being in Rhode Island, as well as just our everyday going to the library is dependent on a nonprofit.
A lot of impact and ripple effects being felt really throughout the state. All right, Nancy Wolanski with the United Way, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks so much.